A stranger jumped into my car at a gas station. So, this happened a few years ago when I was about 18 years old. I am 25 now, but I still think about it relatively often. I'm writing these lines during the month of September in the year 2022. Anyway, I was at a local gas station after my work shift. It was around 12 a.m., as it was rather close to where I worked. You know, I was rather closer. I didn't actually need any gas. I had just stopped for a drink, so I parked in a parking spot rather than at a pump. As I walked out of the gas station, a tall, skinny man, probably in his 30s, called out to me. He asked if I knew him. I replied that I didn't, and he asked if I would like to. I told him that I would like to go home, that I had just gotten off work and I was tired. Now, it's important to mention I was still wearing my work shirt and my name tag. And in hindsight, I realized that this was probably not a good idea. I turned away from the man and I started walking back to my car, and he started following me. He called me beautiful. He said that he liked my hair and that I was just pretty. Then asked me to give him a ride home. I politely declined and I repeated that I just wanted to go home. He then told me he was harmless and asked again. I said no more firmly and he said, "Okay," but then asked me for a hug. I of course declined the hug. Duh. But then he suddenly leaned forward and kissed my cheek. He then ran around and hopped into my passenger seat. I felt sick and I screamed at him to get the fuck out of my car or I would call the police. He put his hands up. He said, okay, got out and started walking away. This isn't the end of the story though. Ugh. I ended up telling local police about him and found out that he has previous charges for drugs, sexual assault, and assault with a deadly weapon. I decided not to go to that gas station anymore. And also, remember where I said I had my work shirt and my name tag? That is where that info becomes relevant. A few days later, while I was at work, we got a call. My boss answered it and said, it was a call for me from my uncle Richard. I don't have an uncle Richard, so I declined the call, obviously. 2 days after the call, the man showed up at my work and again, he literally asked for me by name. Luckily, I was standing in the back by security monitors and recognized him. My boss told him I wasn't there, and he let me work in the back for the rest of the day. I filed a police report for stalking, and I never saw him again.